Imagine you are scrolling through your feed and you see a headline that makes your heart skip a beat. We are talking about a young lady, just 25 years old, named Nafisa Usman. Now, at 25, most people are thinking about their careers, their social lives, or maybe starting a family. But Nafisa's name is currently trending for a very different and quite shocking reason. Security operatives in Kano, specifically the brave men and women of the DSS, intercepted her at the popular Unguwa Uku motor park. And what they found in her possession has left everyone speechless. She wasn't carrying clothes or books. She was allegedly transporting a massive cache of live ammunition meant for bandits. Can you believe that? Before we dive deeper into how she was caught and who she was working with, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Your support helps us bring you these important updates every single day. So here is how the drama unfolded. Nafisa, who hails from a village in the Kankara local government area of Katsina State, was acting as a high-stakes courier. To the average person at the motor park, she just looked like another traveler heading home. But the security agencies had their eyes on her. When they searched her luggage, they found 200 rounds of live ammunition. But here's the sweet part of the gist, or rather, the clever part. She didn't just put the bullets in a box. She allegedly hid them inside bags of rice and garri. She was literally using our daily food as a cover for tools of destruction. It shows you just how far these people will go to stay under the radar. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure you like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of this story. Now, during her questioning, Nafisa didn't hold back. She spilled everything. She confessed that she had been in this dangerous business for about 2 months, and in that short window, she had already handled transactions worth over 5 million naira. That is a staggering amount of money for such a short period, which explains why some people get lured into these dark paths. But where did she get the bullets from? Nafisa claimed she got them from a man known as Teso in Lafia, Nasarawa State. And here is the part that really gets people talking. She alleged that Teso has links with someone within the security architecture. This is a big deal, guys, because it shows that for us to truly have peace, we have to find the bad eggs everywhere. She was allegedly introduced to this trade by a man named Suleiman, a livestock trader in Kano. It's like a movie script, but this is real life happening right in our backyard. The most chilling part is where the bullets were going. They were reportedly destined for the Kankara forest in Katsina to be delivered to a bandit leader and his associates. Just imagine what 200 bullets could do in the wrong hands. It's a massive win for our security forces to have stopped this shipment. What do you think about a 25-year-old being involved in something this heavy? Is it just about the money, or is there more to the story? Before I tell you about her final plea and what happens next in the legal process, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. I have so much more to tell you about the secret routes they use and the other suspects mentioned in her confession. Nafisa's confession didn't just stop at names and locations. She actually described the logistics of how this shadow economy works. She explained that she wasn't just a random choice for this job. Being a young woman, she was less likely to be suspected by security officers at checkpoints. This is a tactic that many of these syndicates are now using, hiding behind the faces of people you would never expect to be involved in such high-risk activities. It makes you realize that security is everyone's business because the person sitting next to you on a bus might not be who they appear to be. Before we get into the big fish that the DSS is now hunting because of her statement, please take a second to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Your engagement helps this information reach more people who need to stay alert. According to the reports, Nafisa seemed to realize the weight of her actions once she was in custody. She expressed regret, claiming she was exposed to the business and didn't fully grasp the magnitude of the destruction she was fueling. But here's the big question for all of us. At 25, can one really claim they don't know what 200 bullets are used for? The authorities are using her information to track down Teso and the livestock trader Suleiman. This arrest is like pulling a single thread that is starting to unravel a very large and messy sweater. This story also highlights a major problem, the insider threat. When Nafisa mentioned that her source had connections to someone in the military, it sent a ripple of concern through the public. People are asking, how can we win the fight against insecurity if the tools are coming from within?
However, the fact that the DSS moved so quickly on this intelligence shows that there are still many dedicated officers working tirelessly to clean up the system. It's a game of cat and mouse, but this time, the cat won. Now, let's talk about the impact on the community. Kankara, where these bullets were headed, has already suffered so much. By stopping Nafisa at that motor park in Kano, the security operatives potentially saved dozens, if not hundreds of lives. It's a reminder that every bag of rice or garri being moved across state lines might need a second look. It's a bit inconvenient for travelers, sure, but when you see the gist behind it, you understand why those searches are so important. What do you think should be the standard punishment for someone caught in this position? Should the law be extra tough because she's a woman who used her innocent look to smuggle weapons? Or should the focus be entirely on catching the men who sent her? I really want to know your thoughts on this, so let's talk in the comments. And while you are down there, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you can stay updated when the trial begins. I'm about to wrap up with the latest update on where Nafisa is being held and what the security agencies are planning for the next phase of this operation.
The way the security agencies are handling this case is truly a masterclass in modern investigation. They aren't just looking at Nafisa as a single individual, they are looking at her as a doorway into a much larger network. Since her arrest, the focus has shifted to the tri-state connection she described, Nasarawa, Kano and Katsina. By tracking her movements from Lafia through the Unguwa Uku motor park and finally toward the Kankara forest, the authorities are mapping out exactly how these illegal supplies bypass regular security checks. It's a sophisticated operation, and the fact that it was interrupted shows that our intelligence gathering is becoming much more proactive. Before we continue with the updates on the other suspects, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to our channel. We are committed to bringing you the full story as it develops, and your support makes that possible. One of the most intense parts of this ongoing investigation is the search for the man named Teso and the livestock trader Sulaiman. Think about it. A livestock trader has the perfect excuse to be moving between rural markets and forests. This is why the DSS is now looking into how legitimate businesses might be used as fronts for these illegal activities. They are also taking her claims about a link to a military operative very seriously. Internal investigations are reportedly underway to ensure that anyone helping these criminals from the inside is brought to justice. It's about cleaning the house from the inside out to make sure our security remains solid. Nafisa is currently in custody, and while she has expressed deep regret, the legal process is moving forward. This case is likely to become a landmark one because it highlights the feminization of certain crimes. It's a wake-up call for everyone, from transport workers at the motor parks to everyday citizens, to realize that anyone can be a carrier. The 220 rounds of ammunition recovered from her bags of garri are now evidence in a case that could lead to the dismantling of a major supply route. It's a big win, and it shows that when intelligence is actionable, results follow. As we wait for the next court appearance and more news on the arrests of our accomplices, I want to hear from you again. Do you think we should have more technology-based screening at our major motor parks, like scanners for luggage, to prevent things like this? Or is the human intelligence we saw in this case enough? Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. And please like the video and hit that subscribe button so you can be the first to know when we drop the next update on this story.